Whenever I have a concept for a game, I usually write it down. But I was just thinking about this clear the day. I was like, that makes a lot of sense. So I'm going to share this concept that fixes a lot of gameplay flaws with most first person shooters while introducing a new mechanic that makes a cool game. So maybe I'll use this in the future, who knows. But anyways, let me present the problem and now we'll present the solution. In various World War I type shooter games, there is this sort of theme of like the bayonet charge or the everybody charging forward and just dying. Which I think cinematically is pretty cool, but gameplay wise it kind of sucks because nobody just wants to give the enemy a free kill, or at least not easily. And so there's a lot of solutions you can seek to solve this, and most of them aren't really easy. But the concept I came up with to this solution is that if you're going to have a bunch of people charge at someone, they should not be very easily hit. So basically the short answer of it is I think every player in a first-person bayonet charging simulation should be a bear. Now I know that sounds really weird, but trust me. So like, you know how bears, they eat fish and stuff, but like they run at you and they can also stand? Are you making the same connections I am? Basically, in this universe where all the nations fighting are like genealogically bears, essentially, if they're doing a bayonet charge, they will be on all fours running at you. And now, not to add that that's a horrifying sight, but running at you, they're going to be going fast because they are quite literally on all fours. Like, this is faster than a running human. So, the bayonet charger is... excuse me. The bayonet charge in general is shorter, so that means that it's quicker and there's less of this time where people, the gamers, are suffering trying to just keep on dying. But anyways, with the shorter time they spend charging, they also have a very smaller hitbox because instead of standing and running at someone, they're crawling on all fours basically. It's like if someone was proning in a video game, but they were running at you at the same time. Though I do understand in this scenario that your head is like quite literally in front of you, so maybe that's not the best situation. But regardless, I feel like this fixes a lot of issues. And maybe instead of having to attach bayonets, if they're a bear, they could just maul their head off. I don't know, you don't have to worry about spending time being unprepared when you just have like an easy button you could press or something, the insta kill someone in an animation. I don't know, it makes sense to me. I mean, I've seen on Steam the release of Rattenreich. I mean, I thought that game looked pretty cool. I mean, I think I've seen a few things where it's maybe rats and foxes, I don't know, I'm honestly not too sure. But bears, that would make a lot of sense, bears going at it. But yeah, that's basically it. Thank you for your time. Peace. Oh yeah, one more thing about the crawling thing. I'm not sure if the bears will be able to use weapons while they're running, because that wouldn't really make sense. You would want most of the gameplay to be standing. I mean, you think, because if they're gonna hold weapons, then they'd probably be standing. But if they're running and holding a weapon, it wouldn't make sense because they'd have to run on all fours. So that's also another consideration. Also, oh my goodness, can you imagine how funny and glorious it would be to see a bear with a gas mask or something? That would look so goofy. I already want to see it. But anyways, goodbye. Also, coming back again while I'm downloading 5 gigabytes, games that have weapons that do really high damage and character frames that are very weak, that leads to gameplay where people just get one shot or two shot, and that's really unfun. So if you were a bear, then you could have the excuse to give them insane... Wait, someone's calling me. Yeah, the bear people would be really tanky. They can basically insta-death animation people instead of having to pull out a knife or have any weird auxiliary weapon to do so. Unlike humans that can't even kill someone with their own hands, it would take a very long time. But if you're a bear with claws, you're just and then also, since you're a bear, kind of in Deep Rock Galactic, with dwarfs, since they're bigger and they have more muscle and they have a bigger frame, they can carry heavier weapons, which could bring it back to one shot or two shot, depending on how you like it. But bears are pretty thick compared to their muscleness. I'm not sure. I'm just guessing. Maybe they have a bit more fat. Though this could lead to some interesting altercations, whether or not it's bears and humans mixed in the battlefield or just bears. Like, maybe you could have a bear, like, overpowering humans, like, in a tank, literally, like, ripping the tank apart. But, like, at the same time, vice versa, you could have, like, a tank that's manned by bears, and it's, like, super scary and looks like a mouse. Like, the German mouse tank. Sorry, that might sound confusing if you don't know what I'm talking about. And then also, the bears get to carry, like, probably, like, giant weapons. Like, imagine a bear carrying, like, a freaking 20 millimeter gun, because, you know, he's a Giga Chad bear. Anyways, finally, I think that is it. Unless I add something else. But that should be it. Okay, thank you for listening. Have a good one. Goodbye.